Hey there, and welcome back to Cosmic Crypto. In this video, we're going to be talking about Polygon MATIC, M-A-T-I-C. Let's go. Okay, welcome back to the channel. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please go down below and hit that subscribe button, and I think right next to it's the like button. If you can tap that as well, I'd really appreciate that. If you're not following me on Twitter, the link is down in the description. Follow me over there for some up-to-date information on the charts. All right. MATIC on the weekly time frame. Now, I'm pretty bullish on MATIC. MATIC has been getting a lot of partnerships. I think they partnered with Disney this year and a bunch of other stuff. So MATIC's been a pretty solid project. They started off when I was first looking at MATIC. I think they were around like 3 or 4 cents, and then they had a massive run up, almost to $3. Pretty good. Got a couple things going on here. So MATIC had a big run up this year, starting back in June of 2022. And we had a big run up, and then we hit resistance right around here. So this is the previous resistance right here. And, we had a big move anyway, so we needed to kind of go sideways for a bit. And we are struggling on the weekly time frame to get above the 50 EMA. But I do think we're going to break above that here pretty soon. A couple things that I'm noticing is the money flow is in the green, which is good. And I am using this new, well, it's not new, but I'm using this indicator here. Oh, what the heck is this thing called? It's a trend strength indicator, and it kind of looks like what is that paid for indicator that you can buy that the BitBoy those people use. I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, it's kind of like that paid indicator. It's got the green dots, it's got the waves, it's got the money flow and all that stuff. But this one's free, and so yeah, so we had a green dot back here on the weekly time frame, and we had a big move up. Now, you can't always just, long on a green dot, because you got to look at other things to see what's going on. Another thing that happened is on the RSI, we had a nice crossover of the RSI over the moving average. We also had a lot of volume coming in, and you could have seen what was going on right here with this volume candle, and this large bullish engulfing candle that came in here. And we went sideways for a couple of weeks, but then we had another big move. And altogether, this move from the bottom to the top was a good 230 something, percent move, which is pretty good. But we started going sideways, and we created this, from what it looks like to me, is a bull flag coming in. If this is a bull flag and it plays out, we're looking at getting us back roughly to all-time highs again. Around $2.30 would be the target. And the good news is we just broke out. So not only do we have another green dot, and we're still in the money flow, but the moving average is moving towards the upside on the RSI, and we're still maintaining the moving average with the RSI, which is telling me that I think that we're going to be getting a move to the above the 50 line on the RSI here soon. We've had multiple chances to break through the RSI, which would have sent this price lower, but we've been maintaining the RSI, and it looks like we're actually breaking off from it right now, along with breaking out from this trend line that we've been, even if this isn't a bull flag, we did have this resistance line coming in here, and we're having a nice solid breakout. We still have 5.5 days roughly on this weekly candle, so anything can happen. The volume is still low, but again, I said we got 5.5 days, so we'll look at a lower time frame here to see what's really going on. But also, one more thing I wanted to check out on the weekly time frame is from the bottom to the top on the Fibonacci's, we had come back down, hit the 382, and had a nice wick off the 382, and nothing else even came close. So on these previous weeks here, and actually, I don't even think we hit the 382. Let me move that. Yeah, see, we didn't even hit the 382. The wick came close, but then we had a nice candle wick right here. And then none of these wicks, we had a solid body, just a bit, not a solid body, but like we didn't have a very low shadow on the lower wick here. And then this wick tried to come down. That's when we had a big move down from Bitcoin. And it took the rest of the market, but it got bought right back up. And not only that, but we held the 236. And now we're breaking up above. So, I mean, at minimum, this move is, in my opinion, going to take us to roughly $1. at least, at minimum. If it's not the bull flag and we're not getting all the way up to $2.30, which would be a long-term target anyways, it's not going to happen overnight. This is the weekly time frame, so we're looking at weeks. If it were to get up to this price target, I mean, possibly middle of next year is what we're looking at. But the good news is, on the weekly time frame, we didn't even tap the 382. We got really nice candles back to the upside, and we broke above this previous resistance, so that's good. Plus the RSI. Let's go down to the daily, see what's going on down here. So this is where we're going to find our first resistance on the daily, is the 200 EMA right here. So that's where we struggled the first time, is we had this, excuse me, we had this big move to the upside. As you can see on this trend, strength, whatever finder thing this is. I have to look this thing up. I just put this on here today. Anyway, the money flow is out. Money flow came in, and we're still in the money flow on the daily. So that means there's money in this particular coin. We had some bearish divergence coming in. We had a higher high on the price and a lower high on the RSI here. And so that's what kind of allowed us to, helped us break down, I guess. But now we are creating a higher high on the RSI and a higher low as well. And we broke above the moving average. And it looks like we've got, we had a bunch of green dots. And this is why you can't just go off the green dots. I know, people say, oh, we got a green dot, go long. Well, you can't, because you got a green dot here, but then you got a red dot just a couple days after, another green dot, red dot, and a green dot. So, it's just kind of, you got to put a lot of other things into play here. So you can look at those green dots, but also make sure you check your Fibonacci's and support and resistance, which also we came back down, not only to get near this 382 Fibonacci, but to retest this previous resistance here now as support. And it didn't even reach it, really. So it's pretty strong support there, in my opinion. Now, we had this resistance line going up. Also, we've been kind of trading sideways. You can see that the 100 and the 20 EMA here, which is my cloud here, has just been going sideways. There's no big moves here. But finally, we're getting a good break to the upside above the 100 and the 20. And it looks like we're going to run into the 200 EMA right here, which is what we got rejected off the first time. So when we had this big move, we came up on the daily, hit the 200, had a big wick, a couple big wicks right around the 200 right here. And then we came down to kind of get some more momentum. We were tapping the 20 EMA here, and we got a little bit more momentum. We poked our head above the 200. We just could not get up there. The bulls just couldn't make it. So then the bears just pushed them right back down. And after we attempted once here with lots of wicks, big resistance, they pushed as hard as they could right here and couldn't make it. Plus, we got the bearish divergence then. And then it was just time to cool off. And so the price has just been cooling off. And now that we've broken above this resistance, I think we're probably going to break above the 200 EMA here probably soon. In the next couple of weeks would be my guess that we break above this 200 EMA. Now, once we break above the 200 EMA, if I'm right and we break above it, we're probably going to come back down, retest it probably a couple times, and then move on to the upside. That's only if we can break above it, that is. And also, we got plenty of room on the RSI on the daily, so we're above the 50 line on the RSI. We got a lot of room to run here. So actually, I can even show you what this would look like. Over here, where we had a similar move, as you can see, we broke above the 50 here, then we got rejected on the price, came back down, came back down, retested around the moving average, broke above the 50 again, which is right here, and then we came back down to retest the 50. And so actually, we might have, excuse me, my goodness, frog in the throat. We might have another rejection right at the 200. So, and that actually seems more likely now that I'm looking at it. So we might have a rejection off of here, the 200, then come back down, retest this trend line that we just broke out of, finally get the momentum to, to move up to the upside. And what that would look like on the RSI is coming back down to retest the 50, just like we did back here, retesting the 50, and then getting our move, big move to the upside. So what you want to pay attention to is if we get the rejection off the 200 again, find the support right here, and then wait for the big move to come, because that's what's happening over here. We had this big move. This took in order to get to the very top, just 32 days, so not very long. So from where we're at right now, middle of November, we could be looking at a very big move to the upside. This one from bottom to the top was a 100% move. Let's just assume that we do that again, and we're going to play it off of the support line over here. So if we did a 100% move, that brings us up to around $1.65, which actually makes a lot of sense. And I would think it's actually going to be less than that. I think it's going to probably be roughly around 135. If we go back to the weekly, let's just see where this resistance is. We've got, yeah, right there. We've got some really strong resistance right around the 130 to 135 range here. Right in this area right here, you're going to want to keep an eye on that. So if we do break above, look for resistance here. And at that point, we're going to come back down most likely. And we'd break up, hit the resistance, come back down and retest this right here as support right here. And then what that would also do, if that were to play out, is that would create my favorite W pattern, the double bottom pattern here, which, if that were the case, would play out our bull flag target, which would put us right around the $3.20 level. And so not only do we have the bull flag that would play out and get that price target, but we would also, if this came back, if we did get a nice breakout here, came back down to retest it, we would also have a breakout target of this W pattern right around the same spot. And just out of curiosity, I haven't looked at this yet, but let's go put a fib from top to bottom here. And price target for my very first price target for MATIC, if we were to finally break above all-time high and have blue skies, would be around the $5.30 level. If we were to get up there, let's say we get this to happen, we have a massive move up, come back down and retest previous all-time high as support, and then move up to my second price target, which would be roughly around $11.38. And honestly, I think if we were to get up there, and it's not going to happen this year, and if it does happen, the soonest it would be is sometime springtime next year would be probably the soonest we might see that. If that were to play out just like this, I honestly think that this would be close to a top for a big reversal. Probably get rejected right around here, probably play around here for a bit, and then fall possibly even back down to the previous all-time high. That would put, I mean, unless Bitcoin's just going absolutely crazy or something wild is happening in the market, this right here will, I mean, if something wild is happening in the market, this would be it too. I mean, that's a pretty massive move. Even just from where we're at right now, putting us up there is a 1,200% move. So I think that if we're looking for a top, right around there would be the top. Come back down, go sideways for a little bit, and then see what's going on. But this is just speculation, long-term price target. Right now, the short term is we're just trying to break out of this bull flag, come up and find resistance up here around $1.30, 35, and then see if we can retest this W pattern as support to get our final target here of around $3.20. That's pretty much all I got for MATIC right now. Sorry, I got some stuff in my throat, but I'm not going to cut that out because I don't like to edit these things. So just, yeah, thanks for watching. And yeah, if you like what you saw here, please subscribe to the channel. And just remember, not a financial advisor, just a dude on his computer. Talk to you later.